Hello, everybody. Benga Latunji here. Strategic financial management. We are going to be looking at new topic today, the financial management environment. So this is going to be a series, and we'll be looking at 7 subtopics under it. We are still on strategic financial management. The topic is the financial management environment. Has 7 topics, which are the economic environment. We'll be looking at it, and I'm going to break it down just now. The international financial institutions, the second subtopic under it. The other influence of government on business is a topic. The financial management framework, another. The financial market is another one. The money market is another. And last but not the least topic under the financial management environment is money market instruments. The money market instruments. Don't forget that we had earlier actually dealt with the financial market elaborately under the previous topic. But nevertheless, when we get to that bridge also, we are going to cross it maybe in form of a revision. So under this topic, what are the breakdown of what we are going to expect, and each breakdown now will form a topic and a video under this topic, the financial management environment. So we have the first will be the economic environment. And under economic environment, we are going to be looking at the government economic policy and the macroeconomic policy targets. Well, what are the differences between the macro and the microeconomic policy and the like? And how do we need to plan for them as organizations and as strategic managers? So we are going to go into that under the video that I'm going to title the economic environment. Then another thing under economic environment will be the economic growth and the gross domestic product, which we call GDP. And we are going to be learning GDP in 2 stages, the normal GDP and the real GDP, in which we are going to be considering the inflation effect on the normal GDP, and what is the component, or what are the components of GDP, and what is the formula for GDP? How do we calculate GDP? By this time we must know all those. Also, we are going to consider the economic policy. We are going to consider the fiscal policy and its effects on businesses. Fiscal policy and how it affects the business world. We are going to consider the monetary policies and inflation. We are going to consider monetary policy and exchange rates, and we are going to consider monetary policy and business. This is under the economic environment as the first subtopic under the financial management environment. Then after now we move on to the next in the series, which will be on the international financial institutions. And under international financial institutions, we are going to be considering and learning about the operations of the World Bank and its effects on our world as a nation, as business world. The IMF, International Monetary Fund, functions and the like. The central banks, how do they operate and affect our businesses? We need to learn also about the Federal Reserve of our country, and also the European Central Bank. Then we'll move on to the third in the series, which is about other influences of government on business. Of course, we know that government influences businesses, and what are the influence they could wage on business world. We will introduce ourselves to it, and we will learn about the competition policy. We will learn about the government assistance for businesses, and also we are going to learn about the green policy, and last but not the least under this series is the corporate governance regulation, in which government actually is to work on behalf of the corporate citizen of every nation. Then we are going to move on to the next, which will be the next video on the financial management framework, and basically we are going to be having time on businesses and the sources of finance. Businesses and source of finance. As entrepreneurs, as managers, we need to know the sources of finance, and also the financial intermediaries. We are going to, who are the financial intermediaries and how can they be of advantage to our business. Also the trade-off between the risk and return we are going to learn, because of course we know without risk there is no return. But how should we run our businesses in such a way that business will not collapse due to unnecessary or overburden risk bearing? Then we'll move on to the financial market. The financial market most likely will be in form of a summary. We are going to learn more about capital market, which we've done many videos about. You can look out for it. Capital markets, search it on James Associates. It's going to come up. There are a lot of videos, like 5 to 6 in series, that we've released out there. Then also the characteristics of a quoted organization and quoted government security, like bond. What feature do they come out with? And we are going to learn how, who are the participants and how to participate in the capital market. After that, we'll move on to money market, and we are going to do a elaborate video actually, and spend quality time as regards this particular topic. And under it we are going to be learning about its definition of money market. Why is it different from capital market, which we've worked to elaborate on? The purpose of money market will be learned, and also we must understand the interbank market operations, and also what we call the repo market. What is repo market? Last but not the least, we are going to answer to what's the comparison of the repo market and that of interbank market operation. What are the differences and the comparison? Then we are going to move on to the last but not the least on the financial management environment as a topic. And in this series we are going to learn about the coupon bearing and discounts instruments. Coupon bearing and discount instruments. So basically this is money market instruments, and it's a money market instrument topic that we are actually learning here now. So we are going to introduce ourselves to the treasury bill. We are going to learn about the bill of exchange, certification of deposits. We are going to learn about it, the certificate of deposit rather. I want to believe that some of us had experience in that regards. Also the commercial papers, we are going to learn about the commercial papers. And last but not the least, we are going to take ourselves through the derivatives. So basically under this topic, the financial management environment, we are to learn 7 subtopics in this series of videos. We are going to learn and recap the economic environment, the international financial institutions, other influences of governments on businesses, the financial management framework, the financial market, the money markets, the money market instruments. And before we can go to any other topic, as we begin to roll out videos on this topic under the strategic financial management, we are loved that you subscribe to Csme's associate channel, like us, comment, and engage us. The email is being displayed. This is Bengal Latinji FCA speaking from Csme's Associates. We pride ourselves that we have value to life. We have value to your business. The first video that we'll be releasing now will be on the economic environment.